Doing?
Good, good, thank you.
Good.
Hello, everyone.
Vasily, we're not going to talk too much about the injury, but coming back off of that, if we could kind of spin it in a good way, it's the longest kind of break and rest that you've had, considering you've been boxing for so long. How good was that break for you, even though, it came at that expense?
It was good. I'm rest and now I'm hungry. I can wait, come back in the ring. So I'm ready for Saturday.
My man speaking that English.
You've mentioned this is one of your very favorite places to fight, if not the favorite. What does it mean to you to be able to defend your title and go for your first unification at Madison Square Garden?
All knows it's a historical place. So for me, it's big honor and I love this place.
For anybody that's looking at the Linares fight and, thinking that maybe Jose Pedraza has an even better chance now, he's taller, he has a longer reach. Pedraza, or excuse me, Linares knocked you down. Maybe you're not invincible. What do you have to say to those people?
We'll see. We need to wait a couple of days. We'll see.
He's tired of talking, if you guys. He's all about the action. But if I can ask you, every fight you want to be in is a meaningful fight. You talked about only title fights, unification fights. So what does it mean to you to be able to have the opportunity to unify now?
No, it's the next step for my dream. It's the next step for my goal. And after this fight, I think my dream come a little bit closer to me.
I know you want pay-per-view in the future.
Yeah, of course. Sure.
Yeah, of course.
I think all boxers, all professional boxers won't be.
Come on, stop being so smug, Loma.
All right. Well, I won't ask you any more questions. Is there anything else you want to say?
Okay, cool.
Okay, cool. He's so thrilled to be. Bob, if I can just close with you, let everybody know.
Let me mute right there. He is the best 135-pounder right now in the world. And the reason why I say that is because Mikey Garcia won't fight him. And also, I don't know what weight class Mikey Garcia is in. So as it stands right now, Mikey Garcia is not fighting as a champion at 135 pounds. Lomachenko is. Mikey Garcia, WBC, he's going to be fighting Errol Spence March the 16th on PBC on Fox pay-per-view in Texas. Lomachenko, WBA, Richard Commey is going to be taking on Issa Chaniev. Chaniev, likely on the undercard of Valeda Alvarez versus Sergey Kovalev 2, February the 2nd. So what does that mean? ESPN. That's another 135-pound title that's likely over there. And if Richard Commey wins, whoever wins that fight, I'm sure Top Rank and ESPN is going to pick up an option for them to fight the winner of Loma versus Pedraza, right? Now, of course, Loma is let's see what Bob is talking about, if there's anything. Sometimes you be saying crazy shit.
Kathy and Yvonne Michelle will be here. Aegis will be here.
Oh.
The press is invited to this.
1:30, the main event weigh-in will be on the scale. It'll also be live on ESPN2, so you can watch that from your television or your
What were you saying there,
mobile
Bob?
device. But Bob, if you just want to make any closing remarks.
Yeah, the first fight on Saturday is at 6 o'clock, right?
6:05 is the first fight.
Yeah,
Doors open
but
at 6.
also at 5 o'clock, there will be a special press conference with my friend Kathy Duver of Main Events and Yvonne Michelle of Jim. They will be announcing the fight between the rematch between Alvarez and Kovalov, which will be on February 2nd in Texas. And both fighters will be here. Kathy and Yvonne Michelle will be here. Aegis will be here. And the press is invited to this very, very interesting press conference, which will precede the fights Saturday night, 5 o'clock.
We're going to be here for that.
Then right now, right? This is the press conference then right now, right? Where is the fight taking place? Somebody over here in my ear wanted me to ask you where that fight will be taking place.
It'll be taking place in the practice field of where the Dallas Cowboys play in Frisco, Texas. Beautiful, beautiful facility. Jerry Jones has made it available for February 2nd, which happens to be the night before the Super Bowl, which I think is taking place in Minnesota this year.
Atlanta.
What?
Atlanta.
Where? Atlanta. Okay, but it's not taking place in Texas. But it's the night before the Super Bowl. It's a great fight, and the fighters and the promoters will be here on Saturday before the action starts Saturday night.
It didn't kill you to say Cowboys being the Giants fan that you are. They're doing much better.
Listen, we get a quarterback, we'll kill everybody.
All right.
Oh, Eli's been pretty good, but jeez, he can't move.
All right. Well, I would like to thank everybody for joining us here.
So, as I was saying, looking at the division, it's looking like, right? We're not going to see Loma versus Tank Davis. I don't see it until like maybe fucking 5-6 years from now, some shit like that. Same thing with Mikey Garcia. But what was I looking for? What am I doing? Jumping around everywhere. Okay. Whoever wins on Saturday is going to be the WBA and WBO champion between Loma and Pedraza. Then, as you've heard, there's going to be a press conference, and likely more information is going to come out on Richard Commey versus Chaniev for the vacant IBF title that Mikey Garcia vacated because he wanted to fight Errol Spence. However, the WBC will not strip him. We could likely see Luke Campbell versus possibly a Javier Fortuna or Anthony Crolla for the WBC interim title, possibly, because the WBC is not going to strip Mikey Garcia, trust me. But it's looking like Loma can get 3 belts, and I'm sure he's seeing, his stablemate, close friend, Alexander Usyk with all the belts, and then he sees Volsdik win, so he wants to obviously collect belts and not be jumping around all these different divisions. There's even the option of possibly Miguel Burcho moving up. Or they even floated around the idea of Loma moving back down to 130 to fight him. It's a shame because a lot of these top-ranked fighters, the big fights that they really want, they can't get because of, the politics situation where Heyman has so many fighters that can fight each other before they fight outside other guys like Loma and Terrence Crawford. We'll see, though. I will be here on Saturday night covering these fights, the whole card, and definitely we're going to cover that press conference. I'm TstreeT Controversy. This is TstreeT Controversy Live. Please subscribe.